Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban mpenzi mtazamaji, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Natumai mzima buheri wa afya. Jina langu ni Haifa Muhammad na karibu katika kipindi kipendacho Pewa Asubuhi ndani ya kitengo Gumzo la Vijana. Mpenzi mtazamaji, ni furaha siku ya leo kuwa naye ndugu yetu, kaka yetu ambaye tumezidi kuwa naye ndani ya studio zetu za Mahdi TV. Si mwingine ni Aiza Maresi ambaye amezidi kutuelezea mengi na mengi zaidi kuhusiana na swala zima la vijana, hasa vitu ambavyo vinakuhusu wewe vijana ukiweza kufahamu na kesho utaweza kufaidika navyo. Mpenzi mtazamaji, siku ya leo tutaenda kuangazia leadership styles. Wanakuambia nadhani ni mbinu tofauti tofauti za uongozi ambazo huwa ziko, na inshallah tukielekea kwake tuweza kufahamu mengi na mengi zaidi. Habari ya asubuhi Isaya.
Nzuri sana, nashukuru.
Karibu.
Asante.
Jinsi uko nyumbani, karibu tena na asante kwa kufika katika studio zetu za Mahdi TV. Na tukielekea katika swala letu la leo, tulikuwa tunataka kuangazia leadership styles. Tutaka kufahamu zaidi kuhusiana na swala hilo. Naam.
Okay, asante sana Haifa, na tukiongelea about leadership styles of which there's something we need to know that leadership means different things to different people. Different people define leadership differently, and that's also what will determine the style of leadership yenye kila mtu anaweza chukua. So we have different types of leadership styles, but we have those that are very common. Those are the ones that we are going to deal with. You know, as society, in this modern society, as we develop, as we evolve, different things emerge. Also the same as different styles also emerge. And each and every style of leadership has its benefits and its disadvantages.
Pros and cons.
Yeah, and also it depends with the situation. In which situation are you? So you cannot say that you are in this situation and you take a different leadership style. Yeah. So there's something you must understand that this common misconception about leadership, whereby most people think that you must be in an elected position or an appointed position for you to hold leadership role, or for you to become a leader. In the past, most great leaders, they did not hold a leadership position. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King. Did they hold any leadership position for them to become leaders? Yeah, so that's why we are going to look at the leadership styles and how you can take those leadership styles and apply them in your life. Now, we have the first common leadership, whereby it is practiced by most people. We call it authoritarian leadership or autocratic leadership. So in this leadership style is whereby the leader or leaders take full control of their members. They take full control of making decisions. They don't give the followers or the members at least
to give them feedback.
To give them feedback, to give their ideas. So they are final in whatever they do. For example, we can look at the military. In military, what leadership style can you apply there? Because something you say, it must be done. Yes. And the orders must be followed. Yes. So while there's a leadership style that you must apply. So in this authoritarian leadership, it is good, and also it has its own disadvantages. So number one, the first benefit of this autocratic or authoritarian leadership style is whereby sometime you need to make a decision, or the project has to be completed on time, and you don't have the time of taking ideas from the members or the followers. That's why you can apply that leadership style, so that you don't waste time, because the project will fail or it will delay. Yeah. And this leadership style can be applied in a situation whereby you don't have time and something must be done. That's why you can apply that leadership style. And the another leadership, another style of another benefit of authoritarian leadership is that when you apply it, that's something that you want to achieve, you will achieve it on time. And the disadvantage of this leadership style is that the followers, it will lead to resentment of the followers or the members of the group. Their morale will be down because they don't feel they are part and parcel of that project. So they will withdraw from that leadership style. So this leadership style that has been applied from long time ago, but as the society evolved, different scholars have tried to criticize this leadership style because maybe sometimes it does not lead to the best result if you want to achieve the result. Yeah. So yes, it's good, but it's not a leadership that you can depend on. Yeah.
It's like when you decide kama umeamua kusema wewe unakuwa kiongozi ambao ni wa kutoa tu maamuzi hapa na hapa, ni ujitayarishe na watu kutokupenda.
And then another disadvantage of this style is that you will not have the creative solutions or creative ideas from the team. So, you know, if your members or the followers give you ideas, you will try to find the creative solution to the problem that we are facing as a leader. Yeah,
true. Asante sana. Yes, as we tukiendelea na hizo zingine, I believe kuna zingine.
Another one is at least said that I call it delegative leadership style, and sometimes we call it a laissez-faire. This is a leadership style whereby the leader is withdrawn or is hand off. And he allows all the followers or the members to make full decision to the project. But the leader should be available for getting feedback and also giving some just minor instructions. And this leadership style can be applied whereby the members or the followers are very skilled. They are motivated to achieve the goals of the project. For example, if your team members are motivated, they are highly educated, you can give them the project, then as a leader, you just step aside.
Leave them to do their work.
You leave them to do their work. But as a leader, you are available for giving some just minor instruction and feedback.
And maybe seeing how the work is going.
How the work is going. So most people have criticized this leader as because the leader is withdrawn, is hand off. He does not follow up one by one for the followers. But remember, the leadership style, you must apply it whereby you know your members are very skilled, very educated, and they are motivated to achieve the goals. Because if you have a team members who do not have the knowledge to do the work, they are not skilled, then they are not self-motivated, and you as a leader, you just leave them to do the work, what will happen? The project will not be completed because the members want you to be there to guide them. So if you are not there, the project will not proceed. But if the members are very skilled, educated, and they are self-motivated, you just give them their work, then you just watch as they complete the project. So this leadership style, it's very, very critical because nowadays in most organizations or institutions, the members are very skilled and they want to apply their knowledge. So you just give them that chance to apply the knowledge so that they feel they are doing it. And also the most important or the most benefit of this leadership style is that you can create more leaders in the organization, because those people will be motivated. Even if they get their own project, they can lead their project. And the most disadvantage of this leadership style is whereby when you find that the members you are leading, they are not motivated, they are not skilled, then you give them the work to do. You may find that the project can fail, or the project they cannot meet the deadline. Because some members cannot set their own deadline to meet. They want the leader to be there so that they can push themselves. So that's the main disadvantage of this leadership style.
Okay.
So then another style of leader, I call it democratic. In other words, we can call it participative leadership. This is whereby the leader, before making any decision, he consults all the members, gets ideas from the members, then members feel they are involved in the process of making decision. So members, they become motivated to achieve the goals of the project, because the leader is engaged. The members feel engaged. They feel they are recognized. You see, so because when you find you are as a leader, for example, when you are working somewhere, sometimes money cannot be the motivating factor. Just recognition is enough. Just being given the chance to give your ideas, to give your opinions. That's also what motivates the employees.
Yeah, I think it happens a lot in our country, Kenya, because as we all see, during maybe when the government wants to achieve something or wants to come into conclusion, they set the public participation thing. So in each counties, you might see maybe public participation concerning maybe this and that. So we know our country, how it is.
Okay, yes, but this misconception about this participative or democratic leadership style. It's whereby you can find a situation whereby the leader just want to do it for formality.
Exactly.
You see? So in most countries, if you see maybe that we have that public participation, they just doing it because it is in the constitution.
But at the end of the day, when it goes back to the table,
they follow what they were supposed to do. True. So we have that misconception whereby it is just being used for formalities. It is not being used for the goodness of the institution or of the country.
Asante sana Isaya. Kwa hilo acha tuachie hapa kwa sasa, tukirudi katika awamu ya pili tutaweza kuendelea zaidi. Kurudi kwako mpenzi mtazamaji, natumai katika awamu ya kwanza tukiwa na Isaya Maresi umeweza kufahamu mengi kuhusiana na leadership styles, ambazo ni mbinu tofauti za uongozi ambazo unaweza kuzifahamu. Hapo utaweza kujitambua wewe ni kiongozi wa aina gani, ni mbinu gani unatumia katika kufanya uongozi wako. Inshallah mpenzi mtazamaji, acha tuchukue mapumziko, tutakaporudi tuendelee zaidi. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu tena katika awamu ya pili ya kipindi kipendacho Pewa Asubuhi ndani ya kitengo Gumzo la Vijana. Mpenzi mtazamaji, kama ilivyo desturi yetu ni kwamba Isaya Maresi anazidi kutuelezea mengi na mengi zaidi, haswa yanayohusiana na uongozi. Upande wa leadership styles ni mbinu tofauti za uongozi. Wanatuambia ndio kuna kiongozi unaweza shangaa mbona anatumia mbinu hii, kwa sababu ni mbinu yake ambayo inamruhusu. Ametuelezea mifano na akatupa upande wa wanajeshi, na pia kuna wengine ambao labda ni kikundi, kuna kiongozi lakini anawafuatilia kwa sababu ukiangalia labda wafanyikazi wake ni watu wanaojituma. Na pia upande wa tatu tunaangalia mfano tumetoa, ingawa tunajua haufuati. Mpenzi mtazamaji, tukielekea kwake Isaya tutaweza kufahamu mengi na mengi zaidi. Na Isaya, tukirudi kwako, tukiendelea na swala zima la leadership styles. Asha, kabla tuendelee, tulikuwa tunataka kufahamu, how does a leadership style impact team moral and productivity?
Okay, how does leadership style impact team morals and productivity? So, number one, let us look at all these leadership styles that we have discussed about. So, number one, we have a team, and when you are leading that team, each and every person in that team have different personality, have different background, and was raised differently. So how you impress your team members is very much important. As I said earlier, is that when team members feel appreciated, feel that they are being recognized, they will own that project. So for example, let's look at democratic and also this the second one that we call delegative. For example, we have some work that you need to done, but you have looked at your team. At least you see this team, this member can do this job very well, and this team member can do this job very well. So what you can do, you delegate to the person who can do that job very well. When that person feels that is recognized that he has the capacity to do that job, he will own that project, and he will really be inspired to achieve the objective of that project. So long as they just feel part of it. So the leadership style, how will it impact the productivity? When you apply your leadership styles as a leader and you appreciate your members, you recognize them, you delegate duties to them, you sometimes just maybe have team building activities for bonding. Yes. So we have that intrinsic motivation that will motivate them to continue working, because they will now own that project, because they feel they are part and parcel of it. But when as a leader you just make the decisions and impose on the team members, what will happen? It will lead to resentment and low morale. Exactly. In that process, the team members will not own the objective, they will not own the project. They'll just be doing it, they'll just be doing it because of doing. For sake, because you've said that they should do it. But if they own it, you don't need to tell them, we need to do this. They will push themselves because they are self-motivated. True. Okay. What role does emotional intelligence play in different leadership styles? Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, very critical. Not even just as a leader, even as a team member. So emotional intelligence is how do you manage how do you control yourself? How do you manage yourself? For example, let me use this example. For example, maybe you are in a meeting and a team member maybe says something that you are not happy about. Do you criticize him immediately? Or what do you do? No, you just, as a leader, you just wait the meeting to end. Then we just call the team member and tell him that I really like your contribution and what you are doing for the team. But during today's meeting, I didn't like how you put your ideas. So you appreciate publicly and criticize privately or encourage privately. Sure. So because if you criticize immediately in front of other team members, that member will feel demoralized. So even the productivity will go down. Exactly. Yeah. But when you give your team members, for example, you empower them, you coach them, you tell them what to do, you guide them. For example, if a team member maybe is not doing very well, she just feels that, no, I'm not doing something that's good. I'm failing my leader. You see, and he'll just push himself to do it. But if you are that kind of leader that you just force everything, you abuse your team members, you just talk anyhow to your team members. It's like you're inflicting fear in them. You are inflicting fear into them. So such kind of a leader, you will find it very hard to manage that team because they will feel they are not part of it. So they are just coming to the meeting because you've called the meeting. But if those members, you have that charisma, that attract the members, that keep the members inspired. Even if you call a meeting, the team member will come early for the meeting. They will be ready to contribute to the meeting. They will be ready to do whatever you say. Even if you tell them, I want us as a team to do this, they will be ready to give you ideas how to do it. Because
you've included them.
You've included them, and you've also empowered them. For example, you can have, for example, maybe you are supervising a team. You are in the headquarter, but your team members are in the up country. Do you think you'll be monitoring them one by one? No. So that's how when you are a good leader now in that context, whereby if a team member in the up country feels that he's not doing something that is right, he'll feel that I'm failing my leader, and my leader, he just feels that guilt, and he will continue pushing himself. But if you are that kind of leader, you just talk anyhow, they will not care. If after all, he doesn't not care about us.
Exactly.
So we should let me just do my work and go home.
So which reminds me that as a leader should treat the subordinates in a good manner.
In a good manner.
In a good way.
You should care about them. Because at the end
of the day, you need their help. As they say, a company cannot develop with you alone. But it's the people that you work with.
It's the people that you work with. And in addition to that, remember, it is not you, the leader, doing the job. It is them doing the job.
Exactly.
So what you should do, you should care about your team members. You should encourage them so that in that process, when they feel they are being cared for, they also care for your job. So they will push themselves to do the job. Because I hear there's something that people usually, the customers are our first priority. No, you are very wrong. Customers are not your first priority. Your staff are your first priority. How you treat them, that's how they will treat your customers. So you should treat them very well so that they will treat the customers very well. So it is, if you say, so for example, you have a staff in your office, you don't care about his personal life, you don't care about anything about her, you just want her to deliver or him to deliver. So that, and your customer, you value your customer very much than your staff. You'll see, you are not there, but how the staff will now start handling the customers, it will be not in a good way. Because maybe his mental health is is not very, so he finds himself doing what? Talking to the customers in that manner. So it's very much important you care about your staff.
And that's why I think most of the staff members or most of the bosses in some companies have to hold maybe a mental health session, because at the end of the day, the employees too suffer from a lot of things. And if they come in handy and decide, let's make sessions for our employees so that at least they can benefit, or we have to check whatever they do, or we have to check how they are. I think it's a benefit to them. At the end of the day, these people are going to do their work well because they know, because there's someone who cares for us.
It's just true. Care. And it's not also about the team members. We have those leaders at the top. They are also going through a lot.
True.
In fact, because they are the leaders who handle donors, who handle the top leadership, networking. True. So they also find themselves in that mental health state. So, and if you are not, you will find yourself bring the same what you are going to at the top to the team members. True. So that's where emotional intelligence comes in. You should not allow your emotions to control you as a leader. Try to control your emotion, because whatever you see after saying something, you cannot take it back.
True.
So you should be very careful. True. Because what you think That's how you'll act and that's how you'll say it.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, I think most of the people end up inflicting wounds in someone's heart because of the words that you uttered, of the words that you said, because at the end of the day, you don't know. It's like anger, it's a very bad thing. And I think most of workplaces, anger is usually there. And that's why most of the bosses are being told to usually manage their anger.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you need this person.
Yeah.
For your work to be done well, you need this person. But if you come in a way that you can't even control your anger, at the end of the day, you come and inflict a wound on that person. That person will not do the work properly. True.
Yeah.
Okay. So another thing is, how can a leader balance between being authoritative and approachable?
You have authoritative and authoritarian. So authoritarian is whereby, for example, maybe let me use for the parenting styles. Authoritarian parent is that parent whereby his child is there to be seen and not to be heard. And authoritative, that parenting style whereby the child is there to be seen, to be heard. You see, so how can you balance between authoritative
and approachable,
and being approachable as a leader?
Yes.
And as a leader, remember also to have boundaries.
True.
Remember also to have some boundaries.
Because if you don't have boundaries, they're going to take advantage of you.
The same advantage of you. So, and also the most key thing here is you need to understand your team members. You need to understand them, because you cannot lead people you don't know. So you must, before even if you become a leader to a team, the first thing, learn each and every team member. After learning them, you'll know how to lead your team.
True.
So, and here remember, with situation, situation will determine the type of leader that you'll embrace. For example, authoritative. I'm authoritarian. You want to achieve a project. You don't have time. Yeah? What do? You just go ahead, make the decision, then after some time, call your team member. Tell them, this is what happened, and this is why we did this. They will understand. But if it is something that you do frequently, they'll know that it is his nature. So, and how approachable. You should be approachable as a leader also. Why? Because maybe because if you are not approachable, something bad may be planning to happen to the organization or to the company or to any institution, and a team member has that information. Because he knows that if I go and share this, I'll find myself into trouble. So he will withhold it. But if he knows that if I share it to my leader, he will take it and he will try to understand me why I said it. So they will be very free to share with you ideas. So in that process, where even if there's a new way you want to achieve the goals of a project, the team members will be ready to give you ideas. So you should be balanced between being authoritarian. You should set boundaries. You be approachable, whereby let team members not pass this boundary, not to go to personal. If it is work, let it be work.
Exactly.
And remember to coach your team members. A leader, you must be a coach. So coach this team member. If you want to succeed, do this, and do this. If you want to do good in this project, do this and do this. So try to coach your team members. Tell them, always be ready to grow, learn. When your team members feel that you want them to grow, they will be part of that project. And emotional intelligence is very key. That will help you to balance this, all this.
Thank you so much, Isaiah. As we wind up to the last question, what role does feedback play in identifying and refining their and making their leadership styles to be more better? Because at the end of the day, we all need the feedback of the employees. So what role does the feedback play?
So this one, the feedback, it is in the developing how to develop your leadership style. So feedback, it is not only to the team members. You as a leader, you must also gather feedback from your team members, from your colleagues, and from people in and outside the organization. For example, you know, as you grow, this kind of leadership style you want to embrace.
Yes.
So watch other leaders. How do they lead? Then to them, learn from them the leadership style that you want to embrace and take it. Because I usually say that as a leader, you must always be ready to learn. You must always be ready to learn. So learn from the people, learn from the team members, and also when you get that feedback, for example, at some time you applied a leadership style to the team member. Watch what was the impact.
True.
Then another time you applied this leadership style. Then watch what was the impact to the team. So in that process, you will try to gauge which leadership style should I embrace as a leader. You see?
So one has to try different leadership styles in order for one to identify one that suits him.
Because you are growing. And remember, it is also a situation. Remember, even if you are going to apply different leadership style, you'll have the one that you don't impress so much, you just apply it to achieve that result. But you'll have to apply it, then mix it with your, blend it with the leadership style that you embrace. Because we have those who embrace servant leadership, transformative, participative, democratic, and we have those who don't like authoritarian. But they will try to, but they apply it in a different angle so that people don't take it as authoritarian.
True.
Yeah.
True. Thank you so much, Isaiah. I think I don't know if there's something remaining that you want to say before we end the session.
Maybe we have this thing that maybe in leadership, I usually say the misconception that most people usually say, whereby I have to be in a position to lead. I have to be in a rank to lead. I have to be in an authority to lead. And remember that position is a very good place to start as a leader. But staying there in that position,
maintaining it
and maintaining is very terrible.
True.
So it's very good to start leadership in a position, but try to grow. You must grow until you reach to a level. When you become, for example, a manager of an organization, or a supervisor, or a coordinator of an organization. So what you should do, that position is very important to start your leadership.
True.
But it's very terrible to stay in that position. You must move beyond your position for you to impact on your team members. Because when you move beyond your position, you will be able to coach your team members so that they can bring the result that you need. You'll be able to encourage them to grow in their career. In that process, they will be owning the project, and their result will, productivity will increase.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Isaiah. Asante sana kwa uwepo wako. I think umeenda in depth vizuri, umeelezea vizuri na umejibu maswali vizuri, kwa sababu at the end of the day we need leaders of tomorrow, and what we do today is what defines tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Asante sana. Kurudi kwako mpenzi mtazamaji, natumai katika awamu ya pili tukiwa na Isaiah Maresi umeweza kufahamu mengi na mengi zaidi. Binafsi nimeweza kufurahi kwa kuwa nimeweza kusoma mawili matatu na kufahamu mawili matatu. Je, mpenzi mtazamaji, na wewe umeweza kufahamu mengi kama nilivyofahamu mimi? Ni jukumu lako kuweza kufahamu uongozi ni nini, na sio lazima uwe katika uongozi ama uwe umechaguliwa kiongozi unayesimamia mahali fulani, bali hata nyumbani wewe ni kiongozi. Mpenzi mtazamaji, kufikia hapo sina mengi ya kusema isipokuwa nikukwambia maasalamu.